God's love and nature are unchanging, regardless of where His footprints may be found. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever, reaching out to all humanity with a love that knows no borders. Just as Jesus Christ came not only for Israel but for all people, God's presence embraces every soul, every nation, every heart open to His truth. God's love does not discriminate. His grace flows across continents, encompassing Asia, Europe, the Americas, and beyond. The Creator of the universe is also the God of each individual, offering a deep, personal relationship to everyone who seeks Him. In each of our lives, God has placed a unique call to draw closer, to hear His voice amidst the noise of our everyday struggles. He asks us not merely to look for Him in distant places or specific traditions but to seek His will, to tune our hearts to the whispers of His Spirit that beckon us forward. The call of God is not an abstract concept, it is alive and active. His words are spirit and life, infused with power and presence, urging us to follow in the footsteps of grace, hope, and transformation. As we walk this path, we come to know Him not only as a distant deity but as the living God who speaks and moves within us, guiding us toward His eternal purposes. The journey with God is a journey into the unknown, filled with the promise of His companionship. Each step brings us closer to His heart, unveiling His beauty, His mercy, and His boundless love. As we walk with Him, we are led into a deeper understanding of His character, a God who is holy yet compassionate, just yet overflowing with mercy, unchanging yet continually revealing new aspects of Himself. With each passing day, God desires to draw us into His presence, to show us that His truth, His way, and His life are the foundations upon which we can build a life of true purpose and peace. In following God's footsteps, we find ourselves invited into a new beginning, a fresh start in His presence. This new beginning is not just about leaving behind old ways or circumstances. It's about stepping into the fullness of what God has prepared for us. His invitation is an open door to experience a new heaven and new earth, a place of renewal where burdens are lifted and hope is restored. In God, every moment holds the potential for transformation. He longs to see us walk in the light of His promises, trusting that He has prepared a place of peace, joy, and abundance for those who seek Him. As we commit ourselves to walking with God, we are called to align with His pace, to synchronize our hearts with His heartbeat. The journey might not always be easy, it requires faith, patience, and perseverance. There will be times of waiting, moments of uncertainty, and seasons of growth. Yet, in every trial and triumph, we can be confident that God is with us, shaping us, and molding us into His image. His love is an anchor that holds us steady, a compass that guides us toward His perfect will. Today, as we reflect on God's eternal presence, let us remember that His footsteps are visible to those who seek. His words resonate across the ages, speaking directly into our present circumstances. His invitation to follow is a call to step out in faith, to move forward with confidence, knowing that we are never alone. His truth shines as a light unto our path, leading us into the beauty of His promises, the assurance of His faithfulness, and the joy of His presence. So let us embrace this call with all our hearts, striving to live each day in communion with Him. Let us walk confidently into the new age He has prepared, holding tightly to His hand, and allowing His Spirit to guide us. This is our time to rise, to live with purpose, and to shine as reflections of His love. Let us rejoice in the truth that God is with us, today and always, drawing us ever closer to His heart, and into the beautiful destiny He has prepared for us. Amen. Dear God, in this quiet space, I come to You, knowing You're here with me, closer than breath, more constant than time. In this season of solitude, this time of introspection and stillness, I sense Your hands gently at work, carefully mending my heart. I feel Your presence, restoring and reshaping me in ways that are both comforting and challenging. It's a sacred process, a journey I know I must walk through with You, as You reveal the purpose in the pruning and the beauty in the breaking. Lord, You know how difficult it was to surrender the things You had been nudging me to let go. There was pain in the release, an ache that echoed in places I hadn't realized were so deeply affected. Yet, the more I wrestled with my will against Yours, the clearer I felt Your call to release it to You fully. I remember the instant I finally loosened my grip on what I'd been holding. Your peace flooded over me. It was as if a weight I didn't know I was carrying fell away, and in its place, I felt the lightness of your presence, steady and healing. This journey hasn't been easy. Each day, I wake up with a new layer of understanding, a new glimpse of your purpose, and a greater awareness of my own heart. There are days where memories resurface, and old wounds seem to call out, trying to pull me back to familiar patterns of thought, to the anger, fear, or frustration that once held me captive. But God, I remember your words. Be still, and know that I am God. I breathe in that truth, letting it settle within me. I choose, moment by moment, to dwell on your goodness and faithfulness, to meditate on your promises that I am not defined by my past, my mistakes, or the scars of yesterday. Thank you for the reminders, Lord, for each nudge that brings me back to the present moment, where your presence is alive and active. I see that this isn't just a healing of wounds but a renewing of my mind. I feel you rewiring the way I think, the way I approach life, the way I view myself and others. You're cultivating a new strength in me, a steadfast spirit that doesn't waver with every wave or storm. You're teaching me resilience, showing me how to anchor myself in you, how to trust in your timing and your ways, even when I don't fully understand. In this time of healing, I am learning that forgiveness isn't a one-time act but a constant surrender. When memories or old habits rise up, tempting me to react, I find myself in a place of needing to forgive again. And again. And again. Not just others, but myself. You remind me to approach each day with grace, to look at each interaction as a chance to practice patience, to choose kindness over bitterness, and to see others as you see them, with compassion and understanding. There's a beauty in this repetition, in this daily act of surrendering myself to you, and choosing to walk forward. I see how this process, though slow and sometimes painful, is transforming me. It's creating in me a heart that's more aligned with yours, a mind that's being renewed by your truth, and a spirit that's finding joy in the smallest moments. Every day, Lord, you're showing me that healing is more than simply being fixed. It's about becoming whole, about finding purpose in the pain, and meaning in the waiting. It's about learning to trust you so completely that I can rest, even when things are unresolved, even when the answers aren't clear. I am learning to live in that space of faith, knowing that as I walk with you, you are guiding me towards something better than I could have ever planned for myself. Thank you for this season, Lord. I know it's preparing me for more. I see that you're strengthening me, refining me, making me more resilient and compassionate. And though the path isn't always easy, I am grateful that I don't walk it alone. Every new day is a chance to learn, to grow, and to become more like the person you created me to be.